Hi guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel and welcome back to another physical media update. This update is going to be everything that I bought in the month of June. You'll also notice if you've watched my other videos recently, I've got a new backdrop. Not really new, I've just shifted in the room. I'm no longer tethered to my studio mic. I picked up a brand new mic, so I'm trying it out as well. But also, this month I actually completed two collections. I completed all the things I needed for Lana Parrilla collection and all the things I needed for the Gina Carano collection. So I thought, what better way than to have them in the background while I go through these things. So my first pickup for the month was one of the movies that I needed for my Lana collection. I had been looking for this movie for like a decade on and off. Could never find it. I would give up quite frequently and then come back and want to do it, want to search for it again. I was watching Spiders with a friend of mine, and we were just discussing some of the earlier films. And I brought Frozen Stars up again, and I was like, man, I haven't searched for that in a while. Let me check. So when I got home, I was sitting on my couch, and I was like, what the heck? So I got on, and finally, I saw the disc. And it was disc only, so there was no case involved. But it was only like $2 and change. So needless to say, I smacked the buy button so hard. I really, really wanted this movie, and thankfully it is now in my collection. So yeah, it was just the disc. It came in this little envelope. So it was actually a Blockbuster rental at one time. And in fact, when I first pulled this out, I thought it was a Netflix one. And honestly, for a split second, I was like, is this the disc that I rented? It was kind of funny. But anyways, I had some extra DVD cases lying around where I had bought some used ones online just to kind of replace the ones that were a little messed up, or when I go to thrift stores and they're kind of banged up, that way I can replace them if the discs are really good. But I went ahead and got this, and I just thought it was funny because one of the ones they had was a Blockbuster one. So just because it had the Blockbuster, I thought that would be cute, but did that, made my own cover for it, so now it can go into my collection, and one step closer. Then I did get the last one that I needed, though. So the next one that I picked up, I was on the fence with whether I wanted it or not when they were talking about a release for it for the 4K. And then I didn't, and then it was sold out everywhere. But luckily, I came across, I think I got these from Groove. I'm not quite sure if I did. It might have been, I don't know, because I think that day I was looking at Groove, Orbit, Discount, or Deep Discount. But that is A Knight's Tale. So I'm really happy to have this one. I actually really like this steel case because it's not the glossy kind. It's kind of a matte finish. So I don't know. I just like it. But anyways, I was able to pick this one up. Not too bad of a price either. And in the same buying zone or whatever, I went ahead and picked up Galaxy Quest as well. Really wanted this one, but when it came out, I do love this film. I just didn't want to spend the amount for it. But luckily, I think when I got this one, it was like $14 maybe that I bought it for. So I thought that was a pretty good price, and now I have it in my collection. The rest of them are mostly thrifting from now on. I think I got a couple more down the line that weren't, but the first thrift pickups were when I was out with my family. I got about 4 of them through when we were out at Goodwill. The first one I picked up was Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. I remembered liking this one way back when. I couldn't remember if I loved it. So for $2, I thought I'll give it another shot and add this one for nights that I wanted to watch this and Van Helsing and that kind of vein of genre. So I picked that one up. The next one I picked up was Inkheart. I've actually never seen this one, but I picked this one up. I was reading the back of it, and it just sounded like something I would like. It's basically where, this guy, I guess, has powers or something where whatever he reads comes to life. So I thought that was really interesting and sounded something up my alley. The next one was another movie that I have never seen. I know a lot of people talk about it. I know the 4K just came out and everyone was oohing and awing over it, but I didn't want to spend like a ton of money on a movie that would have been a blind buy, and I didn't know if I would like it or not. So for $2, I went ahead and picked up Constantine. I want to give this one a go. If I really like it, I'll probably switch up and try to get the 4K at some point in time. So the last one that I picked up on that trip is Dickie Roberts. I had this in my collection at one point, and it was just one of the ones that I had given up many moons ago. Not sure if I loved it or not. I remember certain parts of it. I quote certain parts of it still. But I went ahead and picked it up again for $2. I want to give it a shot because if I still love it, then I get to stay in my collection. So then we went to another thrift store, my friend and I had never gone to it, but my family had gone and then told me how there was one wall just full of movies. So we went to check it out. Their movies were only $1 a piece, so that was awesome. But I ended up picking 5 from that. So the very first one that I grabbed was Click. I have been searching for this movie, while thrifting. I know I can buy it online, but I was trying to just thrift for stuff. And this was one of those kind of titles. I had been looking and looking for this. I had found it in 2 other thrift stores at Goodwills and stuff. Every time I found it and I would open it up, it would be empty. And this is multiple stores. It wasn't just one that I kept going back to. Multiple stores. Every time I went in, it was empty. So I don't know what kind of curse this has, but finally at this thrift store, I was able to find a copy. Thankfully, there were multiple copies because my friend actually found it first. And when he opened it up, there was actually a completely different disc in it. So again, something with this movie, they're either not there at all or it's a wrong disc. But now I have it and I know it's the right disc. Next one I had picked up was Benchwarmers. This is why I love thrifting. This was not on my radar to get. In fact, I kind of forgot about this movie. But when we were looking through everything, I saw the title. I instantly grabbed this because I remember loving this movie. And I was so glad to see it because it triggered memories. And I went ahead and picked this one up. So I'm really excited that that's in my collection. The next one I have never seen before. I had heard good things and stuff. So I wanted to try it out. Again, for $1, not bad. And that is Pray for Rock and Roll. So I've got quite a few different blind buys this month, but thankfully they've all been thrifting. So $1, $2, I don't mind. And let's see, it was this one. The next one was one that I was able to pick up. I again didn't have it on my radar. I knew Gina Carano was in it in some capacity. I think it's just a background person or something. She's not a main character as far as I know. But it just didn't seem like a movie I would want. So it wasn't really one. I was like, if I find it in the wild, fine. And that is Blood and Bone. So this movie right here, thankfully, got it for $1, and I was able to finish my Gina Carano collection. So now I have every one of her movies and Mandalorian. So I am set. I'm golden. Really happy this month that I was able to finish that collection. And the last one that I picked up during that little trip was RV. It's got Robin Williams in it. Can't really go wrong. So I'm excited to have this one in my collection. So this next one, again, it was when I had picked up Frozen Stars. I went ahead and went back into Lana's IMDb to make sure that I had everything that I knew was on physical form. I didn't realize this one was on physical form, and that would be because this next movie never released here in the States on physical form on DVD. The only place it actually released was Greece. So when I looked it up, just for the heck of it, I actually found a copy and was able to get it. Very Mean Men. So this completes my Lana collection. So I did not only 1, but 2 collections. That's amazing. So now I can actually focus on something else, which will probably be my TV shows that I'm trying to grab. But anyways, super happy to have this in my collection, and hopefully I get to meet her again at some point. It would just be really cool to get her to sign this one. So, all right. And some of my last ones that I had picked up, I again went out thrifting with my aunt. We stopped at a Goodwill and I grabbed a few. So the first one I grabbed was Ant-Man and the Wasp. This is one of the few Marvel movies that I would actually like to own. So I went ahead and picked that one up. The next one was Grown Ups 2. Really wanted grown-ups as well. They did have it there, but when I opened it up, the disc was just completely like, it was nasty. I didn't think I could get it cleaned. And I'm one of those, I really like my discs as pristine as I could. So, but I did pick up grown-ups too, and I'll just keep looking for grown-ups. And the last one on this particular trip was Rise of the Guardians. This is just a great one, and I really love Jack Frost in this one. So just want to add this to my animated collection. And, again, for a couple bucks, okay. So I thought that would be the end of the month. Again, I didn't even plan on getting that many, but when you're thrifting and it's only $1 or $2, it's really easy to just grab certain ones. But I've kind of been in like my 80s TV shows lately, and I've been watching digital wise Charles in Charge, and I forgot how much I absolutely adore that show. So I went ahead and found season 1 and season 2. The other seasons are really hard to find. These were cheap, so I didn't mind grabbing those. But 3, 4, and 5, I think they're just going to be ones that I'm never going to get, because the studio released the very first season and apparently it didn't sell very well. So they didn't make any more. Another company apparently picked them up, actually did release the rest of the 4 seasons, but 2 and 3, I guess they did. But then 4 and 5 was only like a print on demand kind of situation. So now that they, don't do that anymore for that one, it's just, if there weren't many people that asked for print on demand, then they're even more scarce, So the ones that I've been able to find was 3 and 5, but they were like $80 to $100, and I'm just not willing to fork that much money over, nor do I have the money to do that. And 4, the only way I ever found that was in French, but it's like French dub, so it wouldn't even be like my Charles in Charge. So yeah, I don't know. I'm okay with 1 and 2. I have the rest on digital, so it's not like I don't have the show all together, but I really wish I had them all on physical form. So anyways, that is my haul, guys. We are done. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you want to show your support, go ahead and click the like button, subscribe, comment down below. Maybe comment what your grails are. What are ones that you're really looking for and you either just can't find, or they are just too expensive and you don't want to pay that. But until next time, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see ya. Thanks. Bye.